What's going on, guys? This is Carl with the Racerred channel. Today I'm riding Baumgartner area. This is a spot that I have not really spent any time, so I'm not familiar with these trails up here. Some of them look really gnarly, but we'll just have to see. I have met some trails before that I wouldn't want to do solo, but today I'm not solo. So I'm a little bit more apt to get deeper into this stuff. However, I'm still running the stock tire on here, the stock tube. I would not recommend doing that. I don't even have the stuff to change out a tube on me, so I plan to switch that stuff out. So far, this is a really cool trail. It seems like this one goes up and up and up, just at a glance. This trail definitely isn't shy about crossing back and forth over the creek. Sometimes it's a little hard to tell where the bike just makes things easier because of how it makes its power. And just the natural course of the trail. We were talking about weight and the kind of stuff that you put on your bike. It really does affect you. I feel the effects of having a big backpack, and I run a big backpack because I've got to carry all my camera equipment. I'm really weighted down. I've got batteries, flying cameras, and I've got tons of stuff. And I overload anyways because I'm carrying a lot of just necessary things for survival. I have a water filter on me, got a bunch of zip ties on me, duct tape, wire, just random stuff. All that stuff adds up though. I've got a universal tool I put in there. Yeah, just after a while, that stuff really does add up. We were also talking about tires, and the weight is a problem with different tire systems, or tube systems I should say. This is awkward. Man, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Water is my nemesis. These little stream crossings get me. And it's because I don't want to drop my bike in the water, so I take it way... I like stop in the middle of it. Which is just silly. Should just go, but if it was dry, I would just ride over it. But because there's water... yeah, it just makes all the difference. For me, at least. I prefer to stay on dry land on my dirt bike. There's a lot of stuff I had to switch up riding this bike, and after as many hours on it as I've had, there's, you know, I don't fault the bike too much. There's just changes I need to make. Inherently, you have to ride it a little bit differently because it is shorter than the Husky, but there's also changes you can make with the brakes, with the clutch, with the suspension, that kind of stuff that is really going to help me moving forward, because right now the bike feels foreign to me. And you know, I just installed the Lucioli tubes. That should help quite a bit. I have yet to ride the bike with those tubes in. And the tires, it's important to note that the tires are completely bald. The rear tire, it didn't have deep tread to begin with. It's the stock, I believe it's Maxxis Enduro, the Max Enduro, which is a horrible tire. I would not recommend it. The front one is a Maxxis as well. It's just the stock one, and it completely fell apart. The only knobs I have are the little tiny knobs in the center of the tire. All the side ones, not just the outer ones, but the second row is gone too. So I have basically no tread on the front, and that was pretty detrimental. But yeah, this bike, I'm just getting into the swing of it. I'm trying to feel what feels foreign to me and what needs to be changed, what I can get used to. All right, guys, so going up this climb here, there's a lot of loose rock. It's really nice single track. As you can see, everything's nice and green, and this whole mountain is actually pretty amazing. There's a lot of rock slides and stuff like that. Right here, I max out my steering radius. I wish I had a little bit more right here, but I end up getting through this just fine, but I'm going to remove the steering bolt so that I can actually get through these situations. This one, it really would have helped to have more steering radius so that I could pivot my rear around easier. But that's a change I'm going to make for next time. As you can see, I got through that just fine anyways, even with the steering, but going up through this, it's a little bit loose. These mountains are actually pretty loose. There's a lot of soft soil underneath, so we actually ran into quite a bit of erosion here, climbing up through these roots, and up this single track was, this is a tougher section of the trail, but one thing I have found with this beta is that it's short, which is nice, but sometimes it's detrimental when you're going uphill in a rut because you can't lift your legs up far enough to paddle. I didn't think that would be a problem. I never thought of that, but it is a problem when you're going uphill. It's hard to paddle. I ran into that issue many times. And yeah, it's just one of those things I have to switch up my technique for. I have to actually stand up more, and I have to keep one foot on the peg instead of trying to paddle with both feet. There are certain things I just need to get used to, but there are also things with this bike that I really need to change. And one of those things is the rear brake. I've got that adjusted now. Feeling good about my tire selection now, so that should help quite a bit. I don't quite know what I'm going to do with the front brake yet to make it not so grabby, but it's like off and on. It's a little bit scary. Yeah, there are things like that that throw me off about the bike, but oh, and the steering radius, it's really good, not nearly as good as the Husky though. So even the Husky, you have to remember, I took out the steering bolt on the Husky to increase the steering radius. So these are just things I have to do to the beta to adjust it and make it fit my needs for the trail. So it's not, I don't want to be too hard on the beta right now because I'm doing all the changes that I need to do to it to make it fit my riding style. But yeah, overall, love the engine. Really like the suspension. I need to adjust that a little bit. Yeah, I'm making all the necessary adjustments and bike should be good. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching the video. I'm going to end it here. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace. Those climbs are tiring when you're
crap, dude.
working the clutch all the way up that.
You're not kidding. Yes, sir.
We're there.
Yes, sir.
We're actually not there.
Nothing like a little bit of a rocky uphill switchback
Yeah.
to let you know how bad out of shape you are.
Yep. All right. I think my arms are kind of recovered. Yeah, my forearm started to burn going up that. I'm like, okay, I better pull over and get some freshness back.
Amen to that, brother.
All right.
His name is Racerred. If he wasn't riding, he'd be in bed. He naps during the day. He rides his love in garage bays. Oh, he rides all night, full throttle all the time. Oh, he was born to ride. Red Racer, like, comment, and subscribe.